I have so many brand new products on my bench to try out in this video today, and they are all affordable. We've got products from the BEAUTYCROP, NYX, Rimmel, Revolution, L'Oreal, Morphe. So just a word of warning, you are going to be hearing some belly rumbles from this side of the camera because I was supposed to eat before sitting down to film, and I looked at everything that I'd got to try out today, which by the way I have bought with my own money, and I just got too excited. I'm too excited to eat, so we're going to get on with it. And I'm just going to have to suffer the consequences, and unfortunately so are you. I already have my skincare on. I've put some brow glue through my brows. I've added a little bit of concealer on my lids to prep for eyeshadow, so that's exactly what we're going to do first. This is from Morphe, and it's the Outer Spice eyeshadow palette. I have spoken about this in a video previously, but I'm not sure if I've actually shown it in action. It is glorious. So I'm going to dip into this shade first just to cut a crease. These shadows are so smooth. I like to build them up as I go along because they are incredibly buildable. If you want them subtle, you can have them subtle. If you want them with a little bit more oomph, just build them up with a fingertip. There is a little bit of fallout on the chrome shadows, so you do have to be aware of that, but I have taken precautions and I'm doing my eye makeup first so that I can clean up and do my base afterwards. Let's move on to brows. Now this makes me a little nervous. This is one of the products I'm really not looking forward to trying. I sort of am because I like trying new products, but I'm set on my brow routine, and adding something new into the mix makes me a little antsy. Anyway, this is from Revolution, and it's the Instant Brow Hair Pen. I've got the shade Cool Brown. I don't like anything too warm and orangey on my brows, so I'm hoping this is going to be the right shade. The prongs are fantastic, and this is a much wider pen area than I've seen from other products. This is still a little bit on the warm side for me. You can see the orangey tone poking through. This has never been a cool brown in its life. It's also very fair on my brows. I was hoping for cool brown. That's what it promised, and it didn't deliver. I really do like the pen itself though. Very easy to use. Very flexible actually, these prongs, so you can quite easily create a very fine thin line with it on its edge, which I do like. If the shade was right, I might be able to get to grips with this, but it's just not. I mean, look at the orange undertone coming through that. Really? Cool? I don't think so. Kind and Free Blur It Out Mattifying Skin Tint. Everything that I want from a skin tint and a foundation in one. This is probably one of the nicest affordable foundations that I have tried in a very long time. So this is more liquidy in consistency than I was expecting. It's extremely lightweight, but oh my goodness, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's going to give anything from light to medium coverage. This is buildable. I definitely wouldn't recommend that you build it up to really full coverage because it's going to look heavy. It's not supposed to be one of those foundations. I may be jumping the gun here. I haven't worn this for the full day. It hasn't had a wear test, and we've been here before when I've absolutely loved something right at the beginning, and then at the end of the day, it's just turned to rubbish. So I'm just gonna hold my excitement. I just can't hold my excitement. This is just so beautiful. Look how it makes my skin look. Airbrushed, flawless. Gosh. Well done, Rimmel. Well done. I will leave a comment at the top of the comment section to let you know how this is worn, because this is a very exciting new addition to the Rimmel range. I can't even feel it on my skin. When I say this is weightless, I mean this is completely weightless. Let's pop a little bit of the Morphe Wake Up Artist Under Eye Correcting Concealer in the shade Peach 02 just in those areas of darkness. I actually popped that foundation on the back of my hand and applied it from the back of my hand. The back of my hand looks flawless. Just blown away. Absolutely blown away. Right, okay. Just pop that in the areas of darkness, nowhere else. Anywhere that needs concealing and colour shifting from those bluey purpley tones back to my skin tone. I'm pressing that into the skin with my finger. This lays down so beautifully and makes a massive difference. And once again, very, very lightweight under the eye. You can't feel it there. Let's try out these bad boys. These are the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Face Sculptors. Now, I'm a little bit sad. I've managed to pick up 3 shades of these. They were actually on a 3 for 2 in Superdrug, and I didn't get the shade that I feel like is going to be the best match for me. So I've managed to pick up Fair to Light, which is a very cool undertone, Light, which is got a little bit of a yellowiness to it, still cool, but on the yellowy side. And then I've managed to pick up Medium, not light to medium, which is what I think I'm going to be. Anyway, I've no idea which one I'm going to use today. We may have to mix here, but let's go in with Fair to Light first and see how we get on. Because of the shape of these contour sticks, they are incredibly precise. So they're not only great for forehead contour, cheek contour, jawline contour, you can also easily sculpt the nose area as well, which has been more difficult with other contour sticks in the past that are much larger than these. These blend out like a dream. They're like butter on the skin, incredibly smooth, don't take away from any of that airbrushing quality that the foundation has. In fact, these are quite airbrushing in their own right. They're a really nice natural matte. They're not going to give you any glow. I'm actually going to layer a little bit of the medium contour over the top of this. I don't really want the yellowiness of the light contour, but I am going to take a little bit of the medium contour and just see whether we can build this up. These are so precise. I'm really impressed with these. So my favorite contour stick at the moment is the Victoria Beckham Contour Stylus. It has a rounded tip. Dare I say, these are actually better because, as you can see, I've managed to make a really small, thin line across the bridge of my nose, which you can't do with the Victoria Beckham Contour Stylus. I mean, you can, but it's not as easy. So these are not only small, dinky, precise, they can make a really sharp contour. If that's what you're into, definitely give these a go. I love how these blend out seamlessly into each other. So the shade Fair to Light is beautiful with the shade Medium over the top of it. I've got a feeling I'll use the shade Medium more at the moment with my skin tone being as it is. I am enjoying the fake tan still at the moment to grasp that last little bit of summer, but during the winter months, Fair to Light will definitely be my go-to. This just sculpts my face in a very natural way. It's subtle. It's nothing heavy. It doesn't look like contour on the skin. It looks like my skin. Pleasantly surprised. I have 3 affordable blushes in front of me and now I'm in a bit of a quandary on which one I want to use in this video. I am going out later and I already have orange brows, so maybe I should use the one that I've used before and I know is absolutely fantastic, and then we'll test the other 2 out off camera and insert them in my faves and fails video, which is coming up very soon, either as favourites or as fails. I mean, we're not quite sure. So, going to this Morphe palette, which I love. I just think it is superb. Does it remind you of anything from Patrick Tar? Is it the Patrick Tar? I think it is the Patrick Tar palette. So this is Cheek Thrills, and it's in the shade Beach Bonfire. B was actually looking at one of these in a different shade in Boots the other day, and I said she could try mine out before she decided whether to purchase or not, but I don't think she will be disappointed. You have a cream blush, you've got a bit of a highlighter, and then a matte powder blush as well. I wish this packaging cover only covered the cream blush and not the cream and the highlighter blush, because I want to stop my brush from hitting the highlighter when I go into the cream blush. But you know, that's just an observation. It's just a little bit of a preference. So I'm going to go in with the cream blush first. These blend superbly well, once again melting into the skin. They're just absolutely gorgeous. They give you a little bit of shine, no shimmer, a little bit of luminosity to the skin. So if you are wearing something that's quite flat, this is going to bring it back to life. And I'm just building that up as I want it. You can build this up as much as you like. So absolutely love it. I'm going to let that settle into my skin for a little bit, and then I'm going to apply a bit of the powder over the top to set it in place. It's going to add a little bit more colour to this as well, and they are slightly different. So I like to apply the powder just on the apples of my cheeks to give it that pop of girliness. But for now, I mean, look at this cream blush. So I did say I only use this on the apples of my cheeks. Usually I do, but today I got a bit carried away and just applied it absolutely everywhere. This is stunning. It takes down the sheen a little bit that the cream blush gives you. So if you are thinking that's a little bit too shiny, which I don't think it is. I could easily wear the cream blush on its own. It doesn't accentuate textures or pores for me, and I have plenty of that on my cheeks. But if you are worried about the sheen, then the matte powder blush just dims that down a little bit. You are still going to get a little bit of luminosity poking through, but it's just perfection. Really beautiful. I've just finished off my under eye makeup to bring everything together before powder. I do have a new powder to test out in a couple of different shades. This one is from NYX. It's the Wonder Snatch powder. I have the shade 01 Sugar Serve and 02 Cheeky Cherry. I really do like the packaging of this. I wish it was a little bit bigger because it would be easier to get a powder puff into or a brush into, but I like the fact that they have made this travel friendly with a spinny lid. So this does lock open or closed so that the powder's just not going to go everywhere when you've got it in your handbag. I am going to tip a little bit into the lid, which again, I wish was a little bit bigger. Take a powder puff, pop it in there, dust the rest off on the back of my hand. I love the shade. It very much reminds me of the Cherry Blossom from Huda Beauty. Let's hope this sets like that powder because it is one of my favourites. Smoothing, blurring, airbrushing. The powder looks a little bit wetter than the Huda Beauty. The Huda Beauty is very finely milled, really smooth, quite talc-like, whereas this looks, yeah, a little bit fuller, a little bit chunkier, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining. If this is going to deliver, then not saying a word. This is the only products that I'm going to be trying today that I'm a little bit concerned about. It's the NYX Smushy Matte Lip Balm, and I have a feeling, I haven't tried this yet, have a feeling that this is going to be like a whipped consistency, and I've never had any luck, regardless of whether it's affordable or high-end luxury products, with whipped consistency makeup. So I've gone for the shade Soft Smile. Keeping all fingers crossed, I've already lined my lips with a shade that I think will do. It is like a lip balm applicator. It is a whipped consistency. It's a whipped consistency. It's definitely a whipped consistency. Hang on. It also tastes vile. What is that? Toffee? Ugh. Okay. Does look quite nice on my lips though. Usually with whipped products, I get this little congealed line, which is already starting to form, if you see. Maybe whipped products just aren't for me. I might be able to put up with it if it wasn't for the taste. Why has everything got to be so sickly sweet? Answer me that. It feels really nice on my lips though. It's very smoothing. It's quite airbrushing on my lips, but let's see how long for before we get a little bit of a gooey, messy line. I'm going to take the powder in Sugar Serve, add a little bit of that to the lid, and then I'm going to dust this to set the rest of my face. That does look a little bit powdery, which I wasn't expecting because underneath my eyes didn't look powdery at all. I do have another product to test out though, so hopefully this will help. This is from the BEAUTYCROP and it's the Porefilter Mattifying Mist. You do have to shake this up really well to wake it up before you spray it. Otherwise, you're not spraying the whole product on your face. You're only getting a tiny little bit of it. So this is a nice mist. Could mist this all day. Really nice mist, a very high-end mist. Could replace a mist that I tried the other day that actually wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be on a very luxurious product. This 10 times better, a proper mist. And all of that powdery residue on my face has disappeared. No spots, no splashes, no spits of the product. It hasn't changed the look of my makeup. It hasn't fully dried down yet, but it hasn't changed the full look of my makeup, which is what I want from a setting spray. I don't want a setting spray that's gonna make me look really shiny, either on first application or throughout the day. This one hasn't done that. In fact, it's really added to that airbrushing quality. The setting spray is completely dried down now, and I've got to say I really like the look of my makeup. I like how airbrushed it is. I like how smooth it looks. This doesn't contain any alcohol whatsoever, so it's not going to be damaging for your skin. If you are sensitive to alcohol, you may want to give this one a go. It's also cruelty-free and vegan, so you know, what is not to like? I really like it. My skin looks like skin, but just a better version. Airbrushed, smoother. And I actually quite like the lipstick. The little lip balm, which I didn't think I was going to like. Maybe it's because it's actually quite close to my natural lip colour. The lip liner is way too dark, so apologies for that. But yeah, it's quite close to my natural lip colour, so you don't see that congealed line. Not that there is a massive congealed line there to begin with. So we're done, and I'm really happy with how this makeup has turned out. I have hidden my orange brows behind my disguise, the fringe, so I can hold my head up high in public and not worry about what anybody's thinking about me. I don't do that anyway, by the way. Anyway, it's not massively orange in natural lighting. It doesn't scream tangerine. It's a little bit more muted than that, but there is definitely an orange undertone, and you know, now with the fringe it's disguised a little bit. I do have 3 favourite products from all of the products that I've tried out in this video today. In no particular order, we've got the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Face Sculptor. Love all of the shades that I picked up. We've also got the Rimmel Kind and Free Blur It Out Mattifying Skin Tint. This stuff is superb. And a late edition, the BEAUTYCROP Porefilter Mattifying Mist. I love this, and it's alcohol free. So that's it for today. I really hope you found it helpful. If you know somebody else that may like this video, please give it a share to them. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any future videos. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.